The first thing you may notice is I'm not in a car, because this isn't particularly car related, though it is in a way. Because when I started the whole EV thing, I said right at the start, this is just the government trying to control where you can and can't drive. And by using electric, they can then turn the electric off and you won't be able to drive anywhere. And so it was about freedom of movement and everything else. And that's why I got me back up, because when they brought in the 2030 mandate, they then said, you will have an electric car. Not, we'd like you to, you will. Because if you don't, eventually you won't be on the road. And that's why I got offended, and that's where this all came from. And here we are 20 months later, 26,000 followers on Facebook, 12,000 on YouTube. And so all of you, I mean, I would presume the 12,000 are the same as the 24,000. There's probably about 30,000 overall. So there's about 30,000 of you. You're all in the shit now. Because if I'm in the shit, you're in the shit. Because the Director of Public Prosecutions has just put out a video on Sky that says that if you share material, and he was actually referring to two particular instances, unfortunately, the man has a soft R, which isn't ideal when he's talking about racism and whites. However, if you share racist material, or you share material about the whites that is promoting the whites, then you could be arrested for that. Now, this is the first time this has been mentioned, but you know this is the tip of the iceberg. This is how it starts, and it's only going to get worse from now on in, because at the moment, it's racism and whites. In a minute, it's going to be cars and milk floats. There's no R in that, so there's no comedy value in it, which is a shame. And it's a shame that Wover don't make car anymore. Weno do, though. So if you're driving a Weno Zoe, and I happen to take piss out of it, because a Weno Zoe is not a very good car, then I am liable for arrest. And this is the Director of Public Prosecutions of the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland who is saying this. And he's stating it quite clearly for everyone to hear. If you talk about the Weno Zoe in a negative way, you will get arrested and you will go to prison. And this is the world we now live in. So here we are. I've made nearly 2 years worth of videos, about 20 million odd views. So in fact, I've got one video on Facebook Reels that's got 7 million views. So does that mean that all 7 million people that have watched that video on the Weno Zoe are now liable for arrest as well? Because they watched it and it had about 5,000 likes. They're in the shit. Because that's naturally how this is going to go. This can only go one way. And I was just sat there thinking, yeah, I'm going to have to do a video on this now. I've got to get this off my chest. So I went to go and sit in a car to do it, because I like sitting in cars and doing videos. And everyone's out. And the only cars outside are locked. And I moved some down my yard today, so there's nothing to sit in. So here I am in the man cave, the good Morrow Arms, with a beer of beautiful British lager, brewed by Mr. Clarkson, who happens to be of a like mind to me. And so, Jeremy, if you're watching, I'd like to share a cell with you. I think we get on really well. And I haven't got tendencies like that, and neither of you. So I think we'll both be quite safe. And we could put the world to rights while we're in there, couldn't we? Because Jeremy is ending up there. He's got to. He's got to. I mean, Tommy Robinson, he's going to end up there. I'm really enjoying this. I haven't enjoyed this so much since Roy Hodgson was manager of England. But it's not really a laughing matter, is it? Because let's face it, we're all watching, and we're all sat there night after night watching the country go to shit in front of our eyes, and we're watching the government do nothing about it. And we're all sat there going, what the hell's going on? Well, funnily enough, if you've seen my Facebook post earlier on today, I said, I reckon we're being set up. And I think this is all one big setup. And now all the other conspiracy theorists are all coming out with much more detailed reports than I could be bothered to put together, where they explain exactly how we're being set up, why we're being set up, and what's going to happen next. But the reason that I finally got off the sofa watching the Olympics and came in here to do this is that I read that 30 odd towns across Britain are currently like on a mini lockdown, because they've told them to shut the town centre and stay out the town centre and stay home and stay in your houses to be safe. Remember that? Stay safe. Seems familiar from, I don't know when. I can't remember. I think it was about 2020, wasn't it? When you had to stay in your house to stay safe. So now they've been told to stay safe. So that they've almost managed, just through this, to say, we've got reports that there's going to be a riot. So therefore, you need to stay in your houses. So everyone stayed in their houses. Businesses, you need to shut up, because otherwise your businesses are going to get trashed. So then all the businesses have shut. So now the town centres are empty and everyone's in their houses. And that's just happened within like a week, and completely without any laws or anything happening. That's just advice. And people have took it and they've watched the news and they've gone off and done it. And now we've got half of Britain on lockdown. I mean, it's genius. It really is genius. The psychological manipulation going on right now in Britain is just genius. You have to stand back and admire it, and then hate them for it. But you still have to admire them, because to be able to do that and to be able to wield that sort of power without inflicting any laws, just, we've heard a rumour. Oh, sorry. I forgot I'm doing this for the public prosecutions, man. We've heard a rumour, and that we've had a rumour of a riot in Wotherham, so we'll shut town centre. So they did. And everyone went along with it. Just like they did in 2020. And we're all just sleepwalking into this. And I'm sat here thinking, hey, really? I mean, I understand your average milk floater will be currently, barricaded inside their own home, fearful for their lives because they watch the BBC News religiously. I'd like to think that most people that watch this channel are probably going about their daily business and not giving a shit. But sooner or later, we're going to have to, because it's coming, and there doesn't seem to be anything we can do about it. And I genuinely don't think there's anything we can do about it. I think this has been years in the making. It's all part of a bigger plan, and we're just pawns. We're, pawns of the puppets of the whoever they are. And so here we are. So I don't really know where this is going, other than I just needed to get off my chest that I can see it coming. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know if there's anything you can do about it, but at least it's on record now that I said it. Now, we have two choices. Well, I don't have a choice, because I'm going to post this anyway. But you lot, I now have a choice. You can either like this video, you can share this video, you can comment on this video. But if you do, just remember that the director of public prosecutions, the director, he could be coming for you. Well, he won't. He'll send some little community service officer, the community, what do they call them? PCSOs. They're probably, no, they can't send them because they can't arrest you. No, it's going to have to be a proper copper. But luckily, we've had police shortages in this country for about 20 years. They've been slowly diminishing in numbers. But they've just found another 10,000 behind the drawer. Probably the same place they found all those votes for Joe Biden in America. So they're going to come round. They're going to cart you off. So it's time. It's time, people. What are we going to do? Are we going to like it? Are we going to share it? And are you going to join me and Joe with me in ourselves as we talk about old episodes of Top Gear and how great it was when you could walk down the street and say, I don't like the government? Oh, we could reminisce. We could wax lyrical, except that is a W, not an R. This is a watershed moment. Again, could have picked someone with an R. Should have written a script for this, really. But it's very much off my chest and done. So, there you go. It's August the 8th? 7th? August the 7th. Let's call it August the 7th. August the 7th, 2024 was the day the music died. Don McLean said so in American Pie. See, I've got another one in. And it's the day that freedom died. Sorry, freedom died. And democracy. I mean, that was dead years ago, I suppose, so that don't really count, does it? So, good luck, everybody. It's going to be an interesting next few months, years, but certainly next few weeks as we watch what appears to be the worst TV series ever, where we all know what's coming, but we're going to watch it anyway. But we're not going to watch it on telly because the actual stuff won't be broadcast on telly. Everything you see on telly is a psyop. And everything you watch on Twitter, X, is now true because Elon Musk has pretended to go to war with Keir Starmer. I don't believe that either. There's something fishy about that. But nevertheless, he's called him two-tier Keir and he's having a lovely time of it. And everyone's ranting about it, going, oh, Elon Musk can't say that. He's the richest man in the world. He can say what he likes. Because you lot all believe that money buys power. And unfortunately, he's got more than you. He's got more than the Sultan of Brunei, so he's doing all right. So he can say what he likes. You don't like it? Tough. He bought Twitter so he could say what he likes. It's genius in a way. I mean, you know, if enough people watch this video, I'll buy YouTube off Google and we'll be all right then. But I'll probably end up having to go over to Womble with Wassel Brand. Ah! Yes! 3! Get that! Womble with Wassel Brand. Have that. Anyway, good night, everybody. Go have a beer. Drown your sorrows. Watch Twitter. And let's see how it unfolds. Good luck. Oh, well, yeah. And future, definitely my arse. But unfortunately, inevitably, my arse.